let me tell you a quick story about two people, Alex and Ben. They grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same state school, and graduated with the same business degree. They were both smart, ambitious, and likable. They even got hired by the same large company in the same month, starting with the exact same salary. 10 years later, Alex is living a life of quiet desperation. He's stuck in middle management, drowning in car payments and credit card debt, and constantly stressed about money. He works hard, but he feels like he's running on a treadmill, always moving, but never getting ahead. His income has barely grown, and his dream of financial freedom feels like a cruel joke. Ben, on the other hand, is a multi-millionaire. He left the company after 3 years, started his own successful business, and now owns a portfolio of income-producing real estate. He works when he wants to, travels the world with his family, and lives a life of choice, freedom, and abundance. Now, here's the question that should keep you up at night. What was the difference? What was the one critical variable that sent two people with the same starting conditions down two completely different financial paths? The difference wasn't talent, education, or luck. It wasn't that Ben found a secret opportunity. The difference was invisible. The difference was inside their own minds. Ben was running a different mental program than Alex. Every one of us has a personal financial blueprint written on our subconscious mind. This blueprint is like a thermostat. It has a hidden financial set point that determines the level of wealth we will achieve and maintain. Have you ever noticed how some lottery winners end up broke again a few years later? It's because their inner thermostat is set for struggle. They get a sudden influx of cash, but their subconscious mind finds a way to get rid of it to return to its comfortable preset temperature. Have you ever hit an income ceiling you just can't seem to break through? That's your thermostat, holding you at the temperature it believes you are meant to be at. Here's the bad news. This blueprint, this hidden financial set point, was installed in your mind before you could do anything about it. It was programmed into you during your childhood by well-meaning parents, teachers, and society. It's like a computer glitch or a virus running in the background of your life, quietly sabotaging your best efforts, corrupting your decisions, and limiting your results. This is why just working harder or wanting it more never works. It's because your financial life is governed by a simple, unbreakable law of the universe. Your thoughts lead to your feelings lead to your actions, and your actions lead to your results. TFA equals R. Your results, the money in your bank account, are nothing more than the fruit. Your actions are the tree. Your feelings are the roots. And your thoughts, your inner blueprint, are the seed from which it all grows. If you want to change the fruit, you can't just stare at the branches. You have to go deeper. You have to change the seed. This book is a tool. It is a diagnostic scan and a software upgrade for your inner money code. The process is simple. In part 1, the diagnostic, we will find the glitch. We will run a series of tests to help you discover your exact financial thermostat setting. Then we will expose the source code of your financial reality. The specific things you heard, saw, and experienced as a child that created your current blueprint. In part 2, the upgrade, we will systematically uninstall the poverty virus. We will then install 17 specific wealth files, the core programming of the millionaire mind. These are the critical mindset differences that allow the rich to produce wealth effortlessly, while others struggle. This journey requires honesty. It requires you to look in the mirror and confront the programming that has been running your life on autopilot. The question is, are you ready to stop letting a hidden glitch from your past dictate your financial future? Are you ready to pick up the tools, open the control panel, and finally rewrite your own code? If the answer is yes, the diagnostic begins now. Chapter 1. The Money Thermostat. Detecting your hidden financial set point. Have you ever heard the story? A regular person working a 9-to-5 job wins a $10 million lottery prize. Their life is changed forever. They buy a mansion, a fleet of luxury cars, and travel the world. But then, just a few years later, you read a follow-up story. They are completely broke, sometimes in worse debt than before they won. Now, consider a different story. A self-made millionaire builds a business empire, then loses it all through a bad deal or an economic downturn. They are left with nothing. Yet, within a few short years, they've built a new enterprise and are just as wealthy, if not wealthier, than they were before. What is the difference between these two people? It's not luck. It's not intelligence. The difference is a hidden mechanism that controls our financial lives. The money thermostat. Imagine the thermostat on the wall of your home. You set it to 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 22 degrees Celsius. If the temperature in the room gets too hot and rises to 75, the air conditioner automatically kicks on and brings it back down to 72. If the temperature drops to 68, the heat clicks on and brings it back up to 72. Its one and only job is to keep the room at its preset level of comfort. Your subconscious mind has a financial thermostat, and it works in exactly the same way. It has a specific dollar amount set on it, your financial comfort zone. Let's say your thermostat is subconsciously set for an annual income of $60,000. If you get a huge promotion and start making $90,000, the temperature in your financial world shoots up. You're now outside your comfort zone. Your inner thermostat sounds an alarm and your mind's air conditioner kicks on to cool things down. You subconsciously start to self-sabotage. You spend money carelessly on things you don't need. You make a risky investment that goes bad. You loan money to a relative you know will never pay you back. Before you know it, you're right back at a level of wealth that feels normal, that feels like home. $60,000. The reverse is also true. If you lose your job and your income plummets to $20,000, your thermostat blares another alarm. The heat kicks on. You panic. You work 80-hour weeks, you take on 3 side hustles, you network like a maniac, and you do whatever it takes to claw your way back up to that $60,000 level where you can finally breathe a sigh of relief and relax again. This thermostat is the reason most people's financial lives follow the same pattern, year after year. So, the most important financial number you will ever know isn't your current salary or the balance of your bank account. It's the hidden number your thermostat is currently set to. Let's find yours. Take a moment to honestly answer these questions. The diagnostic scan. The income roller coaster. Look back at your career. What has been your average annual income? Have you had breakout years where you earned much more only to have a setback the following year that brought you back to your average? Write down the income level that feels like your financial gravity, the number you always seem to return to. The net worth ceiling. What is the most money you have ever had saved or invested at one time? When you reached that number, did you feel a sense of unease or a sudden urge to make a big purchase? Did you find a good reason to spend a large chunk of it, bringing the balance back down to a more reasonable level? Write down that ceiling number. The comfort conversation. When you and your friends talk about money, what income level do you consider to be a lot of money, but still realistically achievable? Not a fantasy number, but a number that, in your heart, feels like the upper limit of what's possible for someone like you. Is it $100,000? $250,000? Be honest. The childhood benchmark. What was the financial situation of your family when you were a child? Were you poor, middle class, or upper class? What was the general level of income and wealth your parents operated at? Our thermostat is almost always set in relation to this childhood normal. Now look at the answers you've written down. Do you see a pattern? A recurring number? A ceiling you can't seem to break through? Stare at that number. That is your current thermostat setting. This single hidden number has had more influence on your financial life than all your hard work, talent, and ambition combined. It has been the invisible force field dictating the boundaries of your success. But here is the good news. This number was not chosen by you. It was programmed into you by your past, which we will explore in the next chapter. And any program that was written can be rewritten. You cannot change a program until you are aware that it exists. You are now aware. You have completed the first step of the diagnostic. For the first time, you can see the invisible walls of your financial prison. In the next chapter, we will travel back in time to discover exactly who built them. Chapter 2. The source code exposing the childhood lies that wrote your reality. When you were born, the part of your mind that deals with money was like a blank hard drive. You had no preconceived notions about wealth, no opinions on saving or spending, no fears about scarcity. Every single belief that now forms your financial blueprint was downloaded into you from the outside world, long before you had the ability to hit decline. This programming is your source code. It runs every financial decision you make, every feeling you have about money, and every action you take. It's time to run a deep scan and see exactly what files were installed on your system. Your financial source code was written in 3 primary languages through 3 powerful channels of programming. 1. Verbal programming, the audio files. You heard, this is the code written by the phrases, sayings, and casual comments about money that you heard over and over again as a child. Your young, absorbent mind didn't hear these as opinions. It recorded them as absolute truths about how the world works. Run diagnostic. Scan number 1. Take a moment and think back. What did you hear about money, wealth, and rich people when you were young? Does any of this sound familiar? Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. Rich people are greedy and dishonest. You have to work your fingers to the bone to make a living. Money is the root of all evil. Just be grateful for what you have. Always save your money for a rainy day. Now connect the past to the present. If your parents constantly repeated, "We can't afford that," is it any surprise that your adult mind subconsciously avoids opportunities, ensuring that you too can't afford the life you want? If you were taught that rich people are greedy, you will subconsciously sabotage your own success to avoid becoming one of the bad guys. These old audio files are still playing on a loop in the background of your mind. 2. Modeling. The video files you saw. This is arguably the most powerful form of programming. Children don't learn from what their parents say, they learn from what their parents do. The way your parents handled money became your template for reality. Run diagnostic scan number 2. Reflect on how your parents or guardians behaved around money. Was money a source of peace and joy in your home, or was it the trigger for constant, stressful arguments? How did your parents manage money? Was one a spender and the other a saver? Were they savvy investors, or did they live paycheck to paycheck? How did they react to big financial opportunities? With excitement and calculated risk, or with fear and cynicism? How did they react to large, unexpected bills? With calm, rational planning, or with panic and yelling? Now, look at your own life. Do you find yourself modeling those exact same behaviors? Do you spend money impulsively like your father, or worry endlessly about every penny like your mother? Often, we either adopt our parents' blueprint exactly, or we rebel and become the complete opposite. If your parents were extreme spenders, you might become a compulsive saver who never enjoys life. Both are reactive states, not conscious choices. You are living out their video files. 3. Specific incidents, the emotional anchor files. These are the powerful, single-moment events from your past that created a strong emotional anchor around money. One highly charged experience can write a line of source code so potent, it can influence your behavior for a lifetime. Run diagnostic scan number 3. Try to recall your first, most powerful, and most emotional memory involving money. Was there a traumatic event, like your family business failing or a parent being laid off? Do you remember wanting something desperately as a child and being denied it in a way that made you feel ashamed? Or less than? Did you ever receive money as a gift only to have it taken away from you, creating a deep-seated belief that as soon as I get money, I lose it? Did you witness a painful argument between your parents that was caused by money? That one event, frozen in time, may have installed a core belief deep within your blueprint. A belief that says money causes pain, or it's not safe to have a lot of money, or I don't deserve to be wealthy. Take a hard look at what you've just uncovered. The phrases you heard, the behaviors you saw, the events you experienced. This is the source code of your money thermostat. It is not your fault. You did not write this code. But as of this moment, you are the only one who is responsible for it. Now that you have dragged this old, corrupted programming from the dark shadows of your subconscious into the light of your conscious mind, you have begun to rob it of its power. In the next chapter, we will make a conscious, powerful decision to uninstall it for good. Chapter 3. The Declaration of War. Uninstalling the poverty virus. You have now done what most people will never have the courage to do. You have looked behind the curtain of your own mind. You have identified your hidden money thermostat setting, and you have courageously traced its wiring back to the source code, the verbal programming, modeling, and specific incidents of your past. This awareness is the single most powerful catalyst for change. You cannot fix a glitch you do not know exists. You cannot heal a wound you cannot see. By dragging this old programming into the light, you have already begun the process of freeing yourself from it. But awareness alone is not enough. To permanently change your blueprint, you must make a conscious, powerful, and absolute decision to let go of your old ways of thinking. This chapter is that decision. It is the moment you stop being a passive victim of your past and become the active commander of your future. The process of change involves 4 powerful steps: awareness, understanding, disassociation, and declaration. Step 1. Awareness. You've already accomplished this. The work you did in the first 2 chapters has made you aware of your subconscious programming around money. You can now see the invisible thermostat that has been controlling your life. Acknowledge this victory. Step 2. Understanding. Next, you must connect the dots. It's one thing to know you heard the phrase, "rich people are greedy." It's another thing to understand how that phrase has actively sabotaged your life. Take out a journal, and for each piece of programming you uncovered in the last chapter, write down how it has shown up in your adult life. Example: my father always said, "Money doesn't grow on trees." And I now realize that this is why I feel immense guilt whenever I spend money on something purely for joy, even when I can easily afford it. Example: my parents always fought about money, and I now understand that this is why I avoid looking at my bank statements. I subconsciously associate money with conflict and pain. This step makes the consequences of the old code real and painful, which creates the leverage you need to change it. Step 3. Disassociation. This is the most liberating step of all. You must come to the profound realization that these limiting thoughts and patterns are not you. They are not your identity. They are simply old, corrupted data files that were recorded onto your mental hard drive when you were too young to know better. Your true self is not the program. Your true self is the one who is now observing the program. This separation is the key to freedom. To practice this, whenever you catch a negative money thought, a worry, a fear, a limiting belief, do not fight it. Simply observe it and say to yourself, "Thank you for sharing. This is a recording of my old financial blueprint. It is not me." Place your hand on your chest and feel the truth of that statement. You are the listener, not the voice. Step 4. Declaration. This is the final, definitive act of uninstalling the old code. A silent choice is a whisper. A declaration is a force you send out into the universe. It is a command to your subconscious mind that the old regime is officially over and a new commander is in charge. It is your declaration of war on mediocrity and your declaration of allegiance to a life of abundance. I want you to do this right now. Stand up so your body feels the significance of this moment. Place your hand over your heart to connect with your true self. And read the following words aloud with all the power and conviction you can muster. I hereby observe my old thoughts and feelings about money, and I see them for what they are. Old programming that is not me. The beliefs of my past are not my beliefs. The limits of my parents are not my limits. Today, I sever the ties to my old blueprint. I declare that it no longer serves me and no longer has any power over me. Today, I am the programmer. I am the architect of my life and my financial destiny. I now choose to install a new set of beliefs. I choose freedom. I choose abundance. I choose wealth. The installation of my financial blueprint 2.0 begins. Now! Feel that. You have just created a space. You have consciously and powerfully commanded the uninstallation of the corrupted files. Your mental hard drive is now prepared for the new software. The diagnostic is complete. The poverty virus has been put on notice. In the next section, the upgrade, we will begin the exciting work of installing the 17 wealth files. The powerful, effective, and liberating source code of the Millionaire Mind. Chapter 4. The Offense Protocol, Why Winners. Play to win, while losers play not to lose. The first file we will install in your new Financial Blueprint 2.0 is the most important one. It functions as the master protocol, the one that determines the entire orientation of how you approach the game of money. It answers one simple question. Are you playing offense or are you playing defense? Wealth File Upgrade Number 1. Installing the Creator Mindset. The old corrupted blueprint runs on a victim script. People with this programming share a core subconscious belief. Life happens to me. They do not feel like they are in control of their financial destiny. As a result, they become masters of the blame game. They blame the economy. They blame the government. They blame the stock market. They blame their broker. They blame their business partner, their spouse, their boss, and their parents. When there is no one left to blame, they complain. Blaming, justifying, and complaining are the telltale symptoms of the poverty virus. A victim cannot become wealthy because they have willingly given away all of their power. They are passengers in the car of their own life, complaining about the scenery. Today, we install the Creator Mindset. People with a wealthy blueprint operate from the absolute, unshakable belief. I create my life. More specifically, they believe, I create my level of financial success. They understand that they are the ones behind the wheel. They take 100% responsibility for their results, or lack thereof. They know that every time they blame an external factor, they are putting a leash around their own neck and handing the end to someone else. Winners know they are the authors of their story, and if they don't like the current chapter, they have the power to write a new one. Wealth File Upgrade Number 2. Installing the Play to Win protocol. Now, let's look at how these two mindsets, victim versus creator, approach the game itself. People with poor and middle-class blueprints play the money game on defense. Their primary driving motivation is survival and security. Their entire financial strategy is built around avoiding risk and playing it safe. Their main thought is, I just don't want to lose what I have, or I just want to make enough to be comfortable. Their career goal is a secure paycheck. Their investment goal is a guaranteed low-yield return. The problem is this: when your primary intention is to simply not lose, you cannot win. When your goal is to be comfortable, you will almost certainly never be rich. Rich people play the money game on offense. Their primary goal is not survival. It is massive wealth and abundance. They are not playing for security. They are playing for freedom. This does not mean they are reckless gamblers. It means their entire focus is on scoring points, acquiring cash-flowing assets, building profitable businesses, and creating massive value. A defensive football team can never score a touchdown. A defensive investor can never achieve exponential returns. The intention of the rich is to win, and to win big. And ironically, when your intention is to get rich, you usually end up abundantly comfortable. System upgrade, installing the offense protocol. It is time to overwrite the old code. Stand up, place your hand on your heart, and make these declarations aloud. First, to uninstall the victim script and install the creator mindset, declare, I am the creator of my financial success. I am the one in control. Now, to uninstall the defensive play not to lose script, declare, my goal is to create massive wealth and abundance. I play the money game to win blueprint actions, the no complaint challenge. For the next 7 days, you are on a strict no blame, no justification, no complaint diet. Every single time you catch yourself verbally complaining or blaming an external factor for a problem, you must physically run your index finger across your neck in a cutting it off motion. This physical anchor will train your brain to recognize and short-circuit the victim pattern. Define your win. Take out a piece of paper. On one side, write down a financial goal that represents comfort or security, e.g., to make enough to pay my bills easily. On the other side, write down a financial goal that represents winning, e.g., to achieve a net worth of $1 million in 5 years and an annual passive income of $100,000. Feel the difference in the energy of those two goals. Now cross out the comfort goal and post your win goal somewhere you will see it every single day. The first installation is complete. You have fundamentally shifted your financial orientation from defense to offense, from passenger to driver. You are no longer hoping that life will treat you well. You are now the one creating your life. With this new protocol running, you are ready to learn how winners spot the opportunities that losers never even see. Chapter 5. The Opportunity Magnet. How to see the gold that everyone else misses. Imagine two people are standing in the exact same field. The first person looks around and sees only what is there: dirt, rocks, and a patch of stubborn weeds. They see a problem, a place to be avoided. The second person looks at the very same field and sees what could be. They see a thriving garden, rows of future crops, a source of nourishment and profit. They see a solution, a place of potential. The field is the same. Their vision is different. This is precisely how people with rich and poor blueprints view the world of opportunity. The good news is, vision is a skill. This chapter is the upgrade that will install a new set of eyes in your mind. Wealth File. Upgrade number 3, installing the Think Big protocol. The old blueprint is programmed to think small. People running this software are terrified of failure and secretly feel they are unworthy of great success. They set small, realistic goals because it feels safer. The problem is, your results will always be proportional to your ambition. If you aim for the top of the fence post, the absolute best you can achieve is to touch the top of the fence post. Rich people think big. They understand the law of income, which states, you will be paid in direct proportion to the value you deliver to the marketplace. Value has several components, but one of the biggest is scale. Do you want to serve 10 customers or 10,000? Do you want to own 1 rental unit or 100? Rich people choose to play a big game. They would rather have a small percentage of a massive pie than 100% of a tiny cupcake. They aim for the moon because they know even if they miss, they'll still land among the stars. Wealth File Upgrade number 4. Installing the Opportunity Scanner. When a new business venture or investment is presented, the mind running the old blueprint immediately begins scanning for problems. Its internal dialogue is a list of obstacles. What if it doesn't work? What if the economy turns? It's too expensive, it's too complicated. Their brain is a highly efficient obstacle-finding machine. They spend weeks in analysis paralysis, focusing on the reasons not to act and ultimately conclude that the risk is too great. The upgraded blueprint runs a completely different program, the Opportunity Scanner. When a rich person sees the same venture, their mind immediately scans for the upside. Their internal dialogue is a list of possibilities. How can we make this work? What is the potential reward here? This doesn't mean they are blind to risk. They see the obstacles, but they see them as hurdles to be overcome, not as walls to be stopped by. They manage the risks, but they focus on the opportunity. They see a field of dirt and start planning the garden. Wealth File Upgrade number 5. Installing the Admiration Engine. This may be the most toxic piece of poverty software in existence. When a person with a poor blueprint sees evidence of wealth, a beautiful home, a luxury car, a successful business, their immediate reflexive reaction is often negative. They judge, they criticize, they gossip, and they resent. Their subconscious mind spits out lines of code like, they must have ripped someone off, or they just got lucky. This is a fatal financial error because of one simple rule. You cannot become something you despise. If your blueprint contains a file that says, rich people are evil, your mind will sabotage you at every turn to ensure you never become one of them. It is trying to keep you good by keeping you broke. Rich people admire other rich and successful people. Instead of resentment, they feel inspiration. Instead of jealousy, they feel curiosity. Their reaction is, wow, that's incredible. If they can do it, it's possible for me too. I need to learn how they did it. They bless that which they want. Other people's success becomes a blueprint for their own. System upgrade, becoming an opportunity magnet. Let's install these 3 critical files. Stand up, place your hand on your heart, and declare the following. First, to activate your ambition. I think big. I choose to help and add value to thousands and thousands of people. Next, to retrain your focus. I am an opportunity magnet. I focus on opportunities over obstacles, and I see potential for growth. Finally, to reverse the resentment virus. I admire rich and successful people. I bless them, I learn from them, and I will be one of them. Blueprint actions. Stretch your scale. Identify a product or service you could offer. First, write down a plan to offer it to 10 people. Now, throw that plan away and brainstorm a strategy to offer a version of it to 10,000 people. Think about leverage, systems, and scale. Stretch your mind beyond its small thinking habits. Practice opportunity spotting. For 1 week, make it a game. Every time you hear a problem, a complaint, or a piece of bad news, you must immediately write down at least one potential opportunity hidden within that problem. Train your brain to look for the upside. Study success. This week, instead of consuming junk media, read a biography or watch an in-depth interview of a highly successful individual you admire. Take detailed notes not on what they did, but on how they thought. When you see someone driving a car you want, or living in a house you'd love to own, instead of feeling envy, practice saying, even in your mind, "Thank you for showing me my goal." Bless you, and I wish you well. The upgrade is complete. Your mind's internal GPS is no longer programmed to spot obstacles and resent success. It is now a powerful opportunity scanner, constantly searching for big plays and drawing inspiration from those who have already won the game. In the next chapter, we'll give you the tools you'll need to manage the abundant harvest from the gardens you are about to plant. Chapter 6. The System Upgrade, Becoming the Master of Your Money, Not Its Slave. Many smart, ambitious people share a secret fear. They are terrified of looking at their own numbers. They avoid opening their credit card statements, they don't track their net worth, and the thought of creating a budget feels like being put in a financial prison. Why? Because their old blueprint is running a program that says, money is complicated, money is stressful, and money is a source of pain and restriction. To become the master of money, you must first be willing to look it calmly in the eye. This chapter is the system upgrade that will give you the tools and the courage to do just that. Wealth File Upgrade number 6. Installing the true scoreboard, net worth. The old blueprint is obsessed with one question: how much do you make? It focuses exclusively on your working income. This is the employee's scoreboard. But a high 6-figure salary that is immediately consumed by mortgage payments, car leases, and a high-maintenance lifestyle results in zero wealth. It is a golden treadmill. You're running faster and sweating more, but you're not actually going anywhere. Rich people understand that the true measure of wealth, the real scoreboard in the money game, is net worth. Your net worth is the ultimate financial number. What you own, your assets, minus what you owe, your liabilities. That's it. Your working income is just one of many factors that can feed your net worth. The entire goal of the game is to make your net worth number go up, month after month, year after year. Wealth File Upgrade number 7. Installing the Money Mastery System. People with poor blueprints either ignore their money completely, the head-in-the-sand approach, or they try to control it with a restrictive, painful budget that focuses on cutting back and what they can't have. This feels like a diet of bread and water. It's miserable and unsustainable because it's built on a foundation of scarcity. Rich people don't budget, they manage. The upgraded blueprint runs a system that is simple, empowering, and designed for abundance. From this moment forward, every dollar that enters your life, after taxes, will be given a specific job. You will become the commander, and your money will become your disciplined army. Here is the system. You will divide every dollar you receive into 6 separate accounts. You can use physical jars, but separate online savings accounts work best. FFA, Financial Freedom Account, 10%. This is your golden goose. This money has one purpose and one purpose only: to be used to buy or create income-producing assets. You never spend this money on anything else. This is the account that will build the money machine that sets you free. Play account, 10%. This is the magic ingredient. This account must be blown every single month on things that make you feel rich, abundant, and joyful. A fancy dinner, a weekend getaway, a massage. The purpose of this account is to heal your relationship with money and to reward your inner hard worker. It makes the discipline of saving sustainable and fun. LTSS, long-term savings for spending. 10%. This is for larger future purchases, like a down payment on a house, a new car, or a big vacation. EDUC, education account, 10%. This is your fund for investing in your greatest asset, you. Use it for books, courses, seminars, and coaching. Give account, 5%, for charitable giving or helping others. The act of giving sends a powerful signal of abundance to your subconscious mind. NEC, necessities account, 55%. This is for your everyday living expenses, rent, food, bills, etc. Wealth. File upgrade number 8, installing the both protocol. The old poverty virus operates from a world of either-or. It forces you to believe you have to choose. Should I be disciplined with my money or have fun? Should I be kind or rich? Should I focus on my career or my family? This is the mindset of limitation. The upgraded blueprint thinks in terms of both. The wealthy mind asks, how can I be disciplined with my money and have fun? The answer is the system you just learned, with its dedicated FFA and PLAY accounts. The rich understand that you can have your cake and eat it too. You just need to have a system. System upgrade. Taking control of the panel. It's time to install this powerful new software. Stand up, place your hand on your heart, and declare, I focus on building my net worth. I am an excellent money manager. Blueprint actions. Track your score. Within the next 24 hours, calculate your net worth. Create a simple sheet. On one side, list the value of everything you own: cash, investments, property. On the other, list everything you owe. Subtract the second number from the first. This is your starting score. Set a calendar reminder to track this number every 90 days for the rest of your life. What gets measured gets managed. Automate the system. Go to your bank's website right now and open at least 2 new free savings accounts. Nickname one FFA and the other PLAY. Then set up an automatic transfer to send 10% of your income to each of these accounts on the day you get paid. Start the system now, even if it's with just a few dollars. The habit is more important than the amount. The upgrade is complete. You are no longer a slave, blindly hoping there's enough money at the end of the month. You are now the master sitting at the control panel telling every single dollar where to go. In the next chapter, we will activate the most powerful part of this system, the money machine that works while you sleep. Chapter 7. The Money Machine. Activating the assets that work. While you sleep. There are only 2 ways to earn an income in this world. You can work for your money can work for you. The old financial blueprint is designed to chain you to the first path for 40+ years. You trade your time, the most precious non-renewable asset you have, for a paycheck. The trap is that you will always eventually run out of time. You are the machine. And if you stop working due to sickness, burnout, or retirement, the money stops too. The upgraded blueprint is designed to get you to the second path as quickly as possible. Rich people understand that their time is too valuable to trade for dollars. Instead, they use their time and the capital in their financial freedom account, FFA, for one primary purpose: to build and buy money machines. A money machine is an asset that generates income without your active daily involvement. It works for you while you're on vacation, while you're spending time with your family, and, most beautifully, while you are sleeping. The ultimate goal of the money game is to build these machines until the passive income they generate is greater than your living expenses. That is the definition of financial freedom. So, what do these machines look like? They generally fall into two categories. Category 1, investment machines. This is where your money itself does the heavy lifting. The money in your FFA is not for saving. It is an army of workers you must deploy. Their job is to go out and capture more money to bring back to you. Examples: stocks that pay dividends, bonds, mutual funds, REITs, real estate investment trusts, or owning a percentage of a business as a silent partner. Category 2, business machines. This is where you initially invest your time and money to build a system that runs on its own. The key word is system. If you have to be there every day for it to make money, it's not a business machine. It's just another high-paying job. Examples: real estate. Owning a rental property that is managed by a professional property manager. Intellectual property. Writing a book, creating an online course, or licensing a piece of music that pays you royalties for years. Automated businesses. An e-commerce website that uses third-party fulfillment, a chain of laundromats, or a route of vending machines. The moment you decide to use your FFA to buy your first asset, you will come face-to-face with one of the most powerful saboteurs we discussed. The Dragon of Fear. The old programming will scream at you, "It's too risky. You'll lose all your money. You don't know what you're doing." The old blueprint is programmed to see fear as a giant red stop sign. This is where we install our next critical upgrade. Wealth File Upgrade number 9, act in spite of fear. Rich and successful people feel the same fear as everyone else. They feel the anxiety, the doubt, and the uncertainty. The difference is they do not let that feeling stop them. They have reframed the meaning of fear. They understand that the feeling of fear is a biological signal that you are stepping outside your comfort zone. They also understand that your comfort zone is the exact boundary of your current wealth. If you want to get richer, you must be willing to be uncomfortable. The upgraded blueprint treats fear not as a stop sign, but as a green light for growth. It is a signal that you are about to learn something new and expand your life. The poor let fear stop them. The rich act in spite of fear. System upgrade, activating your first machine. Let's install this courageous new mindset. Stand up, place your hand on your heart, and declare, "My money works hard for me and creates more money. I act in spite of fear, and I am bigger than any obstacle." Blueprint actions. Educate your inner investor. Your mission this week is to dedicate 3 hours to learning about one specific type of money machine. Choose one: dividend-paying stocks, local real estate, or starting an online business. Go to the library, buy a highly rated book on the subject. Your EDUC account can pay for it. Or watch an in-depth seminar on YouTube. Become a student of the machine you want to build. Take one uncomfortable action. This week, you must take one small, concrete action that makes you feel a little bit of that investment fear. It could be calling a real estate agent to ask about rental properties in your area. It could be opening an online brokerage account. It could be buying your first single share of a low-cost S&P 500 index fund for just $50. The result of the action is less important than the act of moving through the fear. Do it. The upgrade is complete. You now hold the mindset of a machine builder, not just a cog in the machine. As you take your first, small, admittedly fearful steps into the world of investing, you will eventually hear it, a tiny deposit into your bank account that you didn't work for. It is the first quiet hum of your money machine working in the background. It is the sweetest sound in the world. It is the sound of freedom. Chapter 8. The Value Switch. Getting paid for your results, not your time. There is a powerful, seductive reason why the phrase, "get a good, secure job with a steady paycheck," is the cornerstone of the old financial blueprint. A steady paycheck is like a drug. It's predictable, it feels safe, it arrives on schedule, and it's highly addictive. It gives you just enough to be comfortable, which prevents you from ever taking the risks necessary to become wealthy. It is the golden handcuff that keeps people chained to a life of mediocrity. This chapter is about breaking that addiction. Wealth File Upgrade number 10, installing the results-based income file. The old blueprint teaches you to trade your life hours for dollars. You get paid for putting in your time, for showing up for 40, 50, or 60 hours a week. There is a fundamental, unsolvable problem with this model. Your time is finite. There are only 168 hours in a week. As long as your income is directly tied to the hours you work, it will always have a hard, unbreachable ceiling. Rich people, on the other hand, refuse to have a ceiling on their income. Therefore, they almost never choose to get paid for their time. Rich people choose to get paid based on results. They own their own businesses and get their income from their profits. They work on commission. They get a percentage of the revenue or a share of the company's equity. They understand that if they produce massive results, they deserve a massive reward. With a paycheck, you get a raise when your boss decides you've earned it. With results-based income, you essentially give yourself a raise every time you perform better. The sky is the limit. So why do most people cling to a steady paycheck? The answer is one of our old saboteurs: fear. They are terrified that they won't be able to perform well enough to make a living. They don't have a deep, unshakable belief in their own value. That fear is a direct symptom of the old blueprint, which taught you to seek security above all else. But true security does not come from a steady paycheck. It comes from your ability to produce results. You cannot get rich renting out your time to someone else. You must flip the value switch. Here are the stepping stones to make the transition. Start a results-based side hustle. You don't have to quit your job tomorrow. The best way to build your results muscle is to start your own part-time business or take on a commission-only sales role on the side. Prove to yourself on a small scale that you can generate income based purely on the value you create. Negotiate for performance pay. If you are a great employee at a good company, go to your boss and propose a win-win scenario. Offer to take a slightly lower base salary in exchange for a percentage of the sales you generate or a share of the profits from the projects you manage. A smart employer will jump at the chance to pay for performance. Own the business. Ultimately, the best way to get paid for your results is to own the entire machine. Even if it's a small business you run on the weekends, ownership is the direct path to an income with no ceiling. System upgrade, flipping the value switch. It's time to install the code that shatters your income ceiling. Stand up, place your hand on your heart, and make these declarations. I choose to get paid based on my results. I believe in my value and my ability to deliver it. Blueprint actions, brainstorm. Your results income. Identify your current income stream. If it is 100% based on your time, a salary, or hourly wage, your mission is to write down 3 potential ways you could start generating a results-based income. Could you offer a freelance service based on your professional skills? Could you become an affiliate marketer for a product you love? Could you create a small digital product? Brainstorm 3 concrete ideas. Draft your performance proposal. If you are an employee, your action step for this week is to draft a hypothetical proposal to your boss. Outline a plan where your compensation is tied to a specific, measurable result that would also benefit the company. You don't have to present it yet. The act of creating this proposal will force your mind to shift from thinking like an employee to thinking like a valuable business partner. The upgrade is complete. You have now installed the file that begins to sever the toxic link between your time and your money. When you stop getting paid for your hours and start getting paid for the value you create, you are no longer just a worker. You become an entrepreneur. In the next chapter, we will install the final mindset file that ensures this upward trajectory of growth continues for the rest of your life. Chapter 9, The Growth Imperative, Why the Rich Are Lifelong Students, and the Broke Think They Know It All. There are 3 words that are guaranteed to keep you poor for the rest of your life. These 3 words are the signature phrase of the old financial blueprint, the automatic defense mechanism of a mind that is terrified of growth. The phrase is, "I know that." The moment those words leave your lips or even form in your mind, your financial progress stops dead. It is the sound of a door slamming shut on new knowledge, new strategies, and new levels of wealth. It is the sound of your ego choosing to be right over choosing to be rich. This final series of upgrades is designed to delete that poisonous phrase from your vocabulary forever and to transform your mind from a sealed vault into an open channel for abundance. Wealth File Upgrade number 11, Installing the Student Mindset. The old blueprint creates an ego that is terrified of looking ignorant. It convinces you that after you finish school, you are done with learning. People running this software spend their lives defending their existing opinions and filtering out any information that contradicts what they already believe. Their cup is full, but a cup that is full has no room for more money to flow in. Rich people, especially the self-made ones, are the biggest learners on the planet. They are voracious readers. They are seminar and workshop junkies. They hire expensive coaches. They understand that the world is constantly changing, and what worked yesterday is already becoming obsolete. They operate from a state of humble curiosity, knowing that to earn more, they must first learn more. The broke think they have all the answers. The rich are always searching for better questions. Wealth File Upgrade number 12, Installing the Promotion Mindset. The I know that virus has a cousin, and its name is my work should speak for itself. The old code is often deeply suspicious of sales, marketing, and self-promotion. It whispers, it's not polite to brag, or if you're really good, people will just find you. This is a guaranteed recipe for being the best-kept secret in your industry, and also the most broke. Rich people are willing and usually enthusiastic about promoting themselves and their value. They have a deep, unshakable belief in their product, their service, and in themselves. They see promotion not as arrogant bragging, but as their duty to share their value with as many people as they can possibly help. If you truly believe you have something that can solve a problem for people, it is your responsibility to let them know it exists. Hiding your value is a disservice to the world. Wealth File Upgrade number 13, Installing the Excellent Receiver Mindset. How do you react when someone pays you a compliment? For most people, the old programming kicks in immediately with deflection. Oh, this old thing, or it was really nothing. This is a symptom of a much deeper glitch, being a poor receiver. People with a poor blueprint subconsciously feel unworthy. When a great opportunity, a generous gift, or a large sum of money comes their way, they find a way to sabotage it or push it away. They haven't practiced the simple art of receiving. Rich people are excellent receivers. They are open and willing to receive all the good the universe has to offer. Money, ideas, compliments, opportunities, without an ounce of guilt or shame. When you pay them a compliment, they simply smile and say, "Thank you." They know they deserve it. If you are not willing to receive, then the universe will simply give its gifts to someone who is. System upgrade. Opening the channels. Let's install this final, crucial set of files. Stand up, place your hand on your heart, and make these declarations. First, to commit to your own growth. I am a lifelong student. I commit to constantly learning and growing. Next, to open yourself to abundance. I am an excellent receiver. I am open and willing to receive massive amounts of money into my life. Blueprint actions. Invest in your mind. This week, you must deliberately act like a student. Either buy and start reading a highly recommended book on business or investing. Your EDUC account will pay for it. Or enroll in a free online seminar on a topic that will grow your skills. The goal is to actively seek out knowledge you don't yet have. Practice receiving. For the next 7 days, you have 2 missions. First, every time someone gives you a compliment of any kind, your only permitted response is a warm, genuine thank you. Do not deflect. Do not downplay. Just receive the positive energy. Second, if you find any money on the street, even a single penny, you must pick it up, celebrate it with a yes, and say out loud, I am a money magnet. Thank you, universe, for sending me this gift. The final core upgrade is complete. Your mind is no longer a closed, defensive fortress, protecting what it thinks it knows. It is now an open, dynamic system, constantly learning, passionately promoting the value it creates, and graciously receiving the rewards it deserves. You are no longer a full cup. You have become a wide-open channel through which abundance can flow. In our final chapter, we will put it all together and discover what it means to truly live life with your new blueprint. Chapter 10. The Millionaire Mind. Living the Blueprint. 2.0. The last file has been installed. The diagnostic is complete. The upgrade is finished. Your Financial Blueprint 2.0 is now online. Take a moment to acknowledge how far you have come. The person reading this final page is not the same person who read the introduction. That person was likely operating on a set of subconscious money beliefs they didn't even know they had. That person was a product of their past programming. You are different. You have courageously looked behind the curtain of your own mind. You have exposed the hidden thermostat setting and its source code. You have declared war on your limiting beliefs and consciously chosen to install a new operating system for wealth, abundance, and success. So, what does it mean to live this new blueprint? It means you now understand that you are the creator of your life, not a victim of circumstance. It means you play the money game on offense with the clear intention of winning, not just surviving. It means your mind is now an opportunity magnet, trained to see the potential for growth where others only see obstacles and risk. It means you are the master of your money, telling every dollar where to go rather than wondering where it all went. It means you are a builder of money machines, focused on creating passive income streams that will one day set you free. It means you have shattered the ceiling on your income by flipping the value switch, choosing to get paid for your results, not just your time. And it means you are now a lifelong student, an open channel, constantly learning, growing, and graciously receiving all the abundance the universe has to offer. This new blueprint is now a part of you. But like a powerful new muscle, it must be used daily to grow stronger. The old programming, the poverty virus, has deep roots. It will try to creep back in during moments of stress or fear. You will have thoughts of doubt. You will feel the pull of your old comfort zone. This is normal. The difference is you now have awareness. You can recognize the old corrupted software when it tries to run. You can see the thought, smile, and say, "That's not me. That's just my old blueprint." And then you can consciously choose to run your new program instead. The goal is not perfection, it is conscious, daily practice. Your outer world may not transform overnight, but your inner world already has. And since your inner world always creates your outer world, your financial success is now simply a matter of time, as long as you stay committed to the practice. I want you to do one final exercise. Close your eyes for just a moment. Imagine yourself 1 year from today. You have been consciously living and breathing your Blueprint 2.0 every single day. What does your financial life look like? See the net worth statement you now track, and watch the number growing. What new sources of passive income have you created? Picture a small new stream of money entering your bank account from an asset you now own. How do you feel? Feel the confidence of acting in spite of fear. Feel the peace of being in control of your money. Feel the excitement of playing a game you know you can win. This is not a fantasy. This is the natural and inevitable result of running your new software. You now possess the inner code of the wealthy. The secrets are no longer secrets. They are your new habits of thought and action. All that is left to do is to live them. Let's seal this transformation with one final powerful declaration. Stand up, place your hand on your heart, and declare with absolute conviction, "I have a millionaire mind. I am the creator of my success. I play to win. I think big. I focus on opportunities. I admire successful people. I am the master of my money. My money works hard for me. I act in spite of fear. I am a lifelong learner. I am an excellent receiver. I am worthy of wealth. I have a millionaire mind." The book ends here, but your real story, the one you are now consciously writing, is just beginning. You have the blueprint. You have the code. The world is full of opportunities that are now visible to you. Go forward, create massive value, and build the life of freedom you truly deserve. Welcome to your new reality.